Congrats on the win and the success you've been having individually here so far with the team. Any thoughts on the game tonight and how the guys played?
So this game was so important for us. Like we got a very good first period. We outscored them and scored 4 goals in the first period. And I think everybody plays like one man this game.
Was there anything specifically as far as your game plan against a team like Flint, especially knowing how much offense they had?
We know that they're skilled guys, and we just needed to play hard, and that's what we do.
What's the experience been like for you here so far? You've obviously been producing, you've been playing some big minutes for this team right away. How does it feel out there, and how do you feel about the welcome in Sudbury?
I'm so happy that I'm here and playing big minutes and big roles, and so far so good.
You obviously had some familiarity with Jan, having played with him before, but what do you like about playing on that line with him and Lemieux?
All three of guys, we are very intelligent player and high IQ players, and we are good in offensive zone, and we need to be better in defensive zone.
You talked about this being an important game for you guys. What do you think a game like this against the first place team does for the confidence of the players?
I think the confidence will be higher the next game, and we should play like this game.
What are your thoughts about playing in Sudbury and in front of the crowd so far?
The crowd is good, and I like it.
Congrats on the win tonight, Scott, first of all. One of the fun things about this time of year, and I think after a deadline when we see it go the way it does, is you get to see a young group sort of stepping up a little bit, taking ownership of a team and finding some success on their own. And of course, this being their first win past the deadline, you must be happy for your guys, but also maybe you feel like they made a bit of a statement tonight about where they can play.
Yeah, I think this win started 3 games ago. The game against Niagara, I thought we played really well. Didn't have some puck luck, right? And I thought the habits were there. The Sunday game was just okay, but the game last night in North Bay, I think, has been our best game since the deadline. And today, I think all those habits paid off. And it starts from getting saves in the net, starts from the defense playing the right way, but it's just the habits and having anybody who's on the ice believing in what the coaches are preaching to them. And you do that and you get some good results.
How did the way you set things up tonight and the way you had to play apply to Flint in particular? What were some of the things you had to be effective at against them?
They're first overall in the league. They got some high offense, so our biggest thing is if you give them an inch, they're going to take a foot. We got to be very close in our gaps on their top players. They got 3 lines that can bring offense, and they got 2 that are as good as they can in the league. And our biggest thing is be smart from our D zone right through our neutral zone, and then once you get the O zone, then we get some creativity, and getting a couple of power play goals was huge as well, I think, for us.
I wanted to ask you a little bit about Adam, of course. We got him in here, and we're going to be talking to him tonight. He's a guy who comes in, jumps right into a position of pretty high responsibility for your team, and really seems like he's delivering at both ends of the ice so far.
Yeah, he's been great, 200 feet, right, and he's got really high hockey IQ. He's bought into the system right away. He moves the puck when the guy's there. He's available. Very coachable player, right? And that's the kind of players you want that are going to play the game the right way. And one of the last goals, he chips the puck wide, right? Most of the guys would have stayed for another 20 seconds, and he knew it was the end of his shift, and he came to the bench for a change. That's a sign of a good player changing at the right time, right? So we're here to help him get better, and he's here to help our team be better, and we're lucky to have him.
What's your impression of the attitude around the team, of the enthusiasm, the ways that the guys are embracing these opportunities?
That's been great. Even early in the year, right, and we move out those three of our leaders, right, and I think a lot of players have taken a lot from those guys, and other guys are going to step up into that as well, and we're getting a buy-in throughout the lineup, right. So last night we lose Coughlin and Bennett and I think another player there. And then you have Smitty up, who gets his first goal. Doucette gets back in the lineup. You have Riom backing up, right? So it's next man up mentality. And for us, if you want to play the right way, you're going to play. And if not, then next guy can play.
And I guess part of helping those guys learn to play the right way, we're seeing a lot of coaching, a lot of teaching in game. We're hearing you on the bench a bit. What's the importance of doing that, especially now?
Well, I think it's huge, right? I think we got an incredible staff, right, with Drake, Andrew, and Govey, and we're always trying to help these guys out. And biggest thing is if you can't defend, you can't play at the next level. And for us, we want to see these guys do it here so that they're ready when they go on to the next level, because it's not something you can just snap your fingers at and all of a sudden now I'm going to defend, right? So we want to see when they play in the American League and the National Hockey League that they step in and they've learned it here so that it doesn't take a long adjustment for those guys.
Bit of a different look as far as an opponent on Sunday. It's interesting to get these interleague games, but obviously an opponent you don't see very often either. So, well, any thoughts on that matchup?
Yeah, I think it's great for the fans, great for the players. You're playing, different guys you don't always see, and they're a first-place hockey team over there. They're ahead of Armada, who's arguably going for the win the Quebec League championship. So they play a lot of speed. A team that's had a lot of success this season. So it's another first-place team for us to play. This is where we can, see where we're at. It's going to make us better. Then you got Brantford the next game, another first-place team. These are good hockey games, and these are great tests for us. And hopefully this game helps keep us kickstart on to the next one.